You're with Hot Stocks. Thanks very much for watching those advertisements. Netcare is next. It operates the largest private healthcare network here in South Africa, but also has very significant assets in the United Kingdom. Founded in 1994, rolled up a whole bunch of assets, Clinic Holdings, Excel, Medical Holdings, Medicross, under the leadership of guys like Motti Sachs and Jackie Chevel and the likes. CEO now, though, is a young, good-looking guy called Richard Friedland. Market cap is 36.4 billion rand. Price earnings ratio 23 roughly. Dividend yield 2%. Rob, the story here is the UK thing, and that whole process of renegotiating their debt appears to be going well. There's been some news on that?
Yes, I think in the last day they said that they're pushing out that debt.
Yes.
So they've been giving leeway on to still restructure it, and they're pushing it out a little bit further, and then they'll have to look at it again in a short while.
Because operationally they're very strong in South Africa, doing well, all the other stuff that we know about, Netcare, 911 and what have you. And then in the UK they bought these hospitals and the buildings, and then they had a big mortgage effectively over the buildings, and there's a rollover thing that had to happen. So they've got an extension. But overall it looks as though that was never in doubt really. The market might have been a little bit anxious though, so in my view anyway, we've held a big position here and we thought that that was a catalyst for the stock.
Yeah, well, it definitely was a catalyst, and you can see it moved quite aggressively after the first few announcements earlier in the year about that restructuring of the debt. Again, the property in the UK as a whole has started to lift up as well, so people are less worried about those property holdings. And then they took a bigger stand in the national health in the UK.
What, that's where they pick up work for the NHS or overflow operations that people need?
Yes, and the hospitals that they own have now taken flow of national health, right. So knee replacements, etc. And those tariffs have moved up slightly, so their margins are starting to get higher on all of those. As governments battle to give free medical, those tariffs are increasing.
And then there's a link,
slightly.
like with Netcare's prudential thing, there'd be more people signing up for private healthcare because they can feel it and the need for it, and then this flows through to the hospitals. Yeah,
absolutely. And again, UK, the aging population as well suits hospitals, etc., and Medicare, so they're in a good situation there, and looking really solid in the UK at the moment.
Okay, good. So we're running short of time. Netcare looks good. Price catalyst seems to be there, and then the results themselves have been pretty good.
The results themselves, we see there, I think the PE looked at about 26, but if we work out on a forward PE, we think they're the best priced. That forward PE looks like it's about 15.7, so quite different from the historical PE, and we think that it's the best valued out of all of the Medi stocks on